Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Tuesday. We've got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Go ahead, turn on those notification bells. And yeah, we'll hop in it here. Busy slate today, starting with the Philadelphia Phillies versus the Miami Marlins. Miami opening up as home favorites at minus 125. The Phillies plus 115 with the over-under at 7.5. Phillies coming into this matchup 57-49. The Marlins 57-50. Pitching for the Phillies is Ranger Suarez with an ERA of 4.22. Pitching for the Marlins is Sandy Alcantara with an ERA of 4.52. Suarez, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Sandy, his last start, he pitched 9 innings, gave up 1 run, had 7 strikeouts. The Phillies coming off a Miami win yesterday, 4-2. They've been good against Miami, 7-3 on the road against Miami here. Suarez coming off a couple rough starts on the mound, but he's been all right this season. Sandy's been all right as well. I still think Phillies are a good underdog today, getting good plus money, and I'll take Phillies plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the New York Mets versus the Kansas City Royals. Mets opening up as home favorites at minus 150. Royals plus 135 with the over-under at 9.5. Mets coming into this matchup 50-55. The Royals 32-75. Pitching for the Mets is Jose Quintana with an ERA of 3.27. Pitching for the Royals is Zach Greinke with an ERA of 5.49. Quintana, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Greinke, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 1 strikeout. The Mets coming off a Washington win. The Royals on a 3-game winning streak, coming off a nice Minnesota sweep. Greinke's been very bad on the mound, giving up a lot of runs here. The Mets are 5-1 against the Royals. Quintana has been good on the mound for the Mets here, and I'm gonna roll with New York on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Boston Red Sox versus the Seattle Mariners. Seattle opening up as home favorites at minus 110. Boston plus 100 with the over-under at 7.5. Boston coming into this matchup 56-50. Seattle 55-51. Pitching for Boston is Brayan Bello with an ERA of 3.66. Pitching for Seattle is Bryce Miller with an ERA of 3.96. Bello, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Miller, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Boston on a 3-game losing streak, coming off a Seattle loss yesterday. They are 10-3 against Seattle here. Bello coming off a couple of bad starts on the mound. Miller coming off a 6-run game here. I still think Red Sox are a good underdog here, and I'll take Boston plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Arizona Diamondbacks versus the San Francisco Giants. Giants opening up as home favorites at minus 110. The Diamondbacks plus 100 with the over-under at 7. Arizona coming into this matchup 57-50. The Giants 58-49. Pitching for Arizona is Zach Gallen with an ERA of 3.36. Pitching for the Giants is Alex Cobb with an ERA of 2.97. Gallen, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Cobb, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 9 strikeouts. Arizona coming off a Giants win yesterday. Nice underdog win for them. Finally, getting some wins because Arizona's really been struggling here. They are 5-2 against the Giants here. Gallen coming off a couple rough starts on the mound here. Cobb coming off a 0-run game. I don't know. I feel like maybe this is a series that Arizona could start to play well. And I think I'm going to take Arizona plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Detroit Tigers versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pirates opening up as home favorites at minus 120. Detroit plus 110 with the over-under at 8. Detroit coming into this matchup 47-59. The Pirates 47-58. Pitching for Detroit is Matt Manning with an ERA of 4.32. Pitching for the Pirates is Johan Oviedo with an ERA of 4.60. Manning, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 7 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Oviedo, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 5 strikeouts. Detroit, coming off a Miami loss in their last game. Detroit on a kind of on a bad streak right now. Pirates on a 2-game winning streak, coming off a couple of Philly wins here. Detroit is 5-2 against Pittsburgh, 6-2 on the road against Pittsburgh, where they've played well here. I'd say a pretty even pitching matchup. Manning coming off probably one of his worst starts of the season on the mound, and I think I'm going to take Detroit plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Milwaukee Brewers versus the Washington Nationals. Brewers opening up as road favorites at minus 155. The Nationals plus 135 with the over-under at 8.5. Brewers coming into this matchup 57-50. The Nationals 45-62. Pitching for the Brewers is Freddie Peralta with an ERA of 4.46. Pitching for the Nationals is Josiah Gray with an ERA of 3.27. Peralta, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 13 strikeouts. Gray, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 4 strikeouts. And yeah, the Brewers losing to the Nationals yesterday, 5-3. Nationals playing playing well in this last few weeks here. Brewers, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be able to trust the Brewers here. I thought they'd be able to get it done yesterday. They couldn't. They're actually 1-4 against Washington. So they haven't been that great head-to-head here. Freddie's been good on the mound, but Sagray coming off 2 good starts on the mound here, and I think I'm going to take Washington plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we've got the Tampa Bay Rays versus the New York Yankees. Rays opening up as road favorites at minus 110. The Yankees plus 100 with the over-under at 8.5. Rays coming into this matchup 65-44. The Yankees 55-51. Pitching for the Rays is Zach Eflin with an ERA of 3.64. Pitching for the Yankees is Carlos Rodon with an ERA of 5.75. Eflin, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Rodon, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 4 strikeouts. Tampa Bay coming off back-to-back wins here, beating the Yankees 5-1 yesterday. They are 4-2 against the Yankees here. Eflin's had a couple of rougher starts on the mound here, but I still like him here, and I think I'm going to lean with the Rays on the road. Next matchup, we got the Baltimore Orioles versus the Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto opening up as home favorites at minus 110. Baltimore plus 100 with the over-under at 8.5. Baltimore coming into this matchup 65-41. Toronto 59-48. Pitching for Baltimore is Kyle Bradish with an ERA of 3.29. Pitching for Toronto is Hyun Jin Ryu with an ERA of 0. Bradish, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Jin Ryu looked like he's getting his first start on the mound for Toronto here. Baltimore beating Toronto yesterday 4-2. They're on a 2-game winning streak. They are 5-0 on the road against Toronto. 6-1 straight up against Toronto here. We'll see how Jin Ryu is on the mound. Hasn't played all year, so we'll see what he looks like. But Orioles still getting underdog value. I'm going to take Baltimore plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Los Angeles Angels versus the Atlanta Braves. Braves opening up as home favorites at minus 240. Angels plus 180 with the over-under at 9. Angels coming into this matchup 56 and 51. The Braves 67 and 37. Pitching for the Angels is Patrick Sandoval with an ERA of 4.22. Pitching for the Braves is Spencer Strider with an ERA of 3.73. Sandoval, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Strider, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 10 strikeouts. The Angels beating the Braves yesterday 4-1. Nice win for them. Braves really couldn't just get anything going yesterday at all here. Do like Strider on the mound. Been very good this year for Atlanta. Sandoval's coming off a couple good starts on the mound too. I think Braves bounce back today, and I'm rolling with Atlanta at home. Next matchup, we got the Minnesota Twins versus the St. Louis Cardinals. Cardinals, we're looking at a pick'em scenario. Both teams minus 110 with the over-under at 8.5. Actually, yeah, it is a pick. I'm seeing some other sites. I'm seeing Minnesota is listed as a favorite, so you're probably going to get different lines on different books here. But Twins coming into this matchup 54 and 53. The Cardinals 47 and 60. Pitching for the Twins is Pablo Lopez with an ERA of 4.13. Pitching for the Cardinals is Miles Mikolas with an ERA of 4.38. Lopez, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Mikolas, his last start, he pitched 1 inning, gave up 1 run, had 1 strikeout. Minnesota on a 5-game losing streak right now, coming off a bad Royals series. Cardinals coming off a Cubs win. Minnesota, yeah, they are 9-4 against St. Louis, so they've been good head-to-head here. Pretty even pitching matchup, I'd say, and pretty much in a pick'em scenario. I think I'm going to lean with the Twins on the road. Next matchup, we got the Chicago White Sox versus the Texas Rangers. Rangers opening up as home favorites at minus 200. The White Sox plus 160 with the over-under at 9. White Sox coming into this matchup 43 and 64. The Rangers 60 and 46. Pitching for the White Sox is Jesse Schultens with an ERA of 3.32. Pitching for the Rangers is Andrew Heaney with an ERA of 4.62. Schultens, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 1 strikeout. Heaney, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 3 strikeouts. The White Sox coming off a Cleveland loss. Rangers coming off a 3-game losing streak against the Padres. Tough series for them here. White Sox are just 2-8 against the American League right now. 3-6 against the Rangers. I do like Heaney on the mound here, and I think I'm going to roll with the Rangers at home. Next matchup, we got the Cincinnati Reds versus the Chicago Cubs. Cubs opening up as home favorites at minus 165. The Reds plus 140 with the over-under at 8.5. Reds coming into this matchup 59 and 49. The Cubs 53 and 53. Pitching for the Reds is Ben Lively with an ERA of 3.76. Pitching for the Cubs is Justin Steele with an ERA of 2.87. Lively, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Steele, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 4 strikeouts. The Reds on a 2-game winning streak, beating the Cubs yesterday 6-5. Crazy, they're still getting underdog value. They're 5-1 against the Cubs here. Yeah, give me Reds plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Cleveland Guardians versus the Houston Astros. Houston opening up as home favorites at minus 175. The Guardians plus 135 with the over-under at 8.5. Guardians coming into this matchup 53 and 54. The Astros 60 and 47. Pitching for the Guardians is Gavin Williams with an ERA of 3.35. Pitching for the Astros is Framber Valdez with an ERA of 3.29. Williams, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Valdez, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 1 strikeout. Cleveland losing to Houston yesterday 7-3. Nice win for Houston. Cleveland is just 2-7 on the road against Houston, where they have struggled here. Valdez coming off a couple rough starts on the mound, giving up a lot of runs in his last 3 here. Williams has been good on the mound for Cleveland here, but I still like the Astros. I do like Framber Valdez. I think he can have a much better game today, and I'm going to take the Astros at home. Next matchup, we've got the San Diego Padres versus the Colorado Rockies. These last 2 matchups, there is currently no line on this game right now, so be sure to check those when they do get released. The only info for this matchup I have is that pitching for the Rockies is Peter Lambert with an ERA of 4.76. Don't know who's pitching for the Padres, so be sure to check that info. Padres coming into this matchup 52-55. The Rockies 42-64. Padres losing to the Rockies yesterday 4-3. Big underdog win for the Rockies. The Padres are 4-2 against Colorado, but 5-15 on the road against the Rockies here. We're going to see who ends up pitching for the Padres. I'm sure the Padres are still going to be road favorites here, and I don't know. I think Rockies plus 1.5 at home is not a bad play. We'll see who pitches for the Padres here, but the Padres do struggle on the road against the Rockies, and I think I'll take Padres plus 1.5 at home here. I'm sorry, the Rockies plus 1.5 at home. Then the last matchup, we got the Oakland Athletics versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. There's no line, but I'm sure Dodgers are going to be big home favorites here. Pitching for Oakland is Ken Waldichuk with an ERA of 6.38. Pitching for the Dodgers is Lance Lynn with an ERA of 6.47. Waldichuk, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Lynn, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 7 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Oakland coming off a Colorado loss. Dodgers coming off a horrible Cincinnati loss. Oakland is just 2-4 on the road against the Dodgers. 2-4 straight up against the Dodgers here. Yeah, I like Lynn on the mound. We'll see how he plays with the Dodgers here, and I still like the Dodgers. I think definitely a series the Dodgers need to win, and I'm gonna take the Dodgers at home. That's gonna be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Tuesday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Wednesday. Have a good one.